From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the New York Jets.
He's online. He said send it.
The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
I don't fuck with them. There you go, right there, Speedy.
Let's go, check 52.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
He's crossing. 59. Trying to look.
On second down now, it's Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Watson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. On first down, Watson. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Check 50, check 50. Check it back.
Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Ezekiel Elliott, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Here we go. 61 Matchbox Lights. Rock it. Check.
They start the drive with Martin, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
47 Mike, 47. Okay, double up. Hey, check Mike 47. Shut up. Hit it.
2nd and 2. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Topper! Look, squeeze! Fire!
They'll run it. Here's Martin. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, here's Watson. He's got his man on the crossing route. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Check 55, Mike. I got one. 25, man, left. Check 25. Hey, 59. Watch 20.
14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
Check 19. Check 53, Mike. Check 55.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On first and 10, Watson. Jones has it. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very solid gain of 27. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Ezekiel, second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now 14-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
They're on 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25.
You think you won't get this? You think you won't get this? Why? Yeah.
Now Martin running right. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready up. Mike, 47. Check, 47. You get blocked, me.
He'll drop to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
Go! 70, Indy. General West. Hatchet. Sponge. Hey, lock it. No. Shoot. Ready.
First down, here's the run with Martin. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
60 outlaw.
That's crazy. I text you and you was already in party.
They'll try the right side with Eckler. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16.
High 7. 45 to Mike. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Ready, go. Shoot.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive.
How you gonna love a nigga and turn around and hate? Look, a young nigga never had shit. I'm gonna rip the porch down the crash there. When I'm in that big fight, I got a bag in. Hey, when I'm in that big fight, I got a bag in. I got a trip.
Mighty, I just got DK Metcalf in the legacy. Yeah, I traded Juju, DJ Chark, Pat McKinley.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. Every time we watch 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly. So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins. Defense wins championships, baby.
Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice gain. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Check. Check out.
Out of the gun, Watson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Great gains back-to-back. Last time over 30 yards, better than 20 here. Draw play, Elliott. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons push further out in front. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now 21-0.
Ooh, Warrior playing our dude in the XFL in the division to go to the division championship. And just scored.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Tackle number 2.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You're out. Don't be another day. Go. Don't be another. Bravo.
Here's 2nd and 8. This complete to Martin. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A gain there of 21 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh. 65. Hard. 65. He's coming. Double up. Go.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
On 2nd down, Martin. And an alley to run. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Check nine, check nine.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
That's what I'm saying. You got Lamar.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Ebron caught left side. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Go. Hey, box drop. Check 37. Check 37. Watch twist.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
It shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And a route is on here in this first half. And this does not end well as he's going to be out of bounds here at his own 5-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they? Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now back to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing. And they get
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off near the 44.
Check 55, Mike. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
They'll run on first down. Elliott slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
At the Jets' 22-yard line.
Set, 19.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
No gain on this defense, no gain.
A first throw for the backup Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Mike 40. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Go, go.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion, they go to Elliott again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Shaq Lawson's one of those guys that after a while you quit just trying to define him by a position. Defensive end, outside linebacker, doesn't matter. He knows how to get upfield and spill some plays.
So disruptive. What makes him so disruptive?
I think it's strength. If you see his upper body, I mean, he's got some strength up there and some really good hands, but he's got some surprising quickness as well to get him upfield.
They go play action now. Jackson. Flushed out right. And an alley to run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions, not there.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's second and 3.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Check 99. Check 99.
They run. Martin. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Running lanes were a premium in the first half, but he's
work.
able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Just watch me work. Yeah, he gonna play. He's probably at work right now. He work night. You gotta hit him in the check.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
As soon as he left the party, the Speedy, my bro Speedy came in here. I was like, damn,
here's Martin. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
What's the score right now, Steve?
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. straight ahead,
Nah, it's some
peripheral.
competition,
Also
you
has
know.
that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Real talk, that's how it be though.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Slam, slam, slam.
And a 10th carry here for Martin. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run. Sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
You
Following
can't
the
get mad
pickup
though,
of
because I
4, here's
said,
2nd and 6.
yeah.
Check 43.
Martin. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Mike's 47. Mike's 47.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in
What's the
check
score,
on the
Martin?
scoreboard. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jackson now to throw again. That's complete to his tight end, Seals Jones. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 12-yard line.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Took till the 2nd half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Back to the ground, Martin. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14.
Here we go. Here we go. 7 ending. Here we go. Watch the pass.
He's losing though, so the time going.
To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
58, 58, Mike. All day.
Now a first down throw. Watson. Flush to his right. He'll find Metcalf. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's good for 28 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. A shotgun snap for Watson. Looking end zone for Jones. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll try the air down with Watson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a run with Martin. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
2020.
Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Reach the audience like it's year 2020, so that's why they put the 20.
On first down.
I work at AT&T. We got a Samsung rep that come to the store, so they explain to you.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On second down, Eckler. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. This quarterback now just 3 of 6 throwing, but that last completion gets a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Completes it to the fullback Ham. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. C.J. Ham, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. The extra point up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25.
They playing. They play. We talking about the other league. We're talking about my other league. My other league is called XFL.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. On first down, it's Watson. This complete to Jones. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looks pretty good. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. And Watson's going to throw it here. Being chased out left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
3rd and long, it's Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quentin Williams in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Watson escaping the pressure right. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And really, it looked at time.